Sometimes the problem feels so big, you can't even identify what's wrong. In this series, I'm showing you 7 brilliant ways you can journal, and it's not about writing perfectly. And I know a lot of people are actually scared to write their personal life down, but I have some tricks for that also. I'm just repeating what I have learned. They work for me really well. They might work for you. There's 7 to choose from. It's about taking what feels heavy, unclear, and overwhelming and bring it to where you can actually see it. Now, my brain gets confused really quickly when I get stressed, so I need structure like this. It's a form of expressing that helps resolve inner turmoil, especially if you struggle with talking things through. What I witness when I do these, it always paves a path for solutions to enter my mind. Again, writing things down can be scary. This becomes an exercise in honesty. That's why I make myself do this. It allows you to acknowledge what's actually happening. You will not be confused anymore. It's about taking what feels heavy, unclear, and overwhelming and bringing it to where you can actually see it. Because writing down, for me, it is scary. I don't want anybody to read it, so I tend to throw it away or burn it for an added bonus of a cathartic release. But the beauty of doing this is it becomes an exercise in honesty. It allows you to acknowledge what's actually happening instead of dismissing harmful dynamics that we need to roll up our sleeves and get at. The first exercise, I call it seeds, because change is built through small, consistent actions repeated over time. For this journaling, I prefer using a smaller paper because there's not a lot to write, and I like to use a really cool pen. So just like you can't force a seed into a full-grown plant overnight, typically you can't force emotions and thoughts into instantly changing. Instead, focus on small daily improvements. Even a 1% shift each day compounds into meaningful transformation over time. So with the most debilitating stress that you have right now, keep that in your mind, and you're going to focus on what do I want in this dynamic and write everything that you want. Also, when you're mapping out, focusing on what you want, an easy way to do that is think of all the things that are going bad and wrong. Then you're going to think of the opposite of that. That's what you want. If you don't like something, it's causing you harm, what you want is the opposite. And that's what you're going to write down of what you want. So that's an easy way to figure out what you want, because I speak to a lot of people who don't even know what they want. And prompt number 2, you will write out, how will I respond to shifting for improvement? I only focus on me. In this dynamic, how are all of the ways I'm going to respond that's going to move me forward? Write out all the ways that you will respond, that you want to respond. Not that every single time you're going to do it perfectly, but this is going to rewire your thinking. So next time you're in that dynamic, that pathway of thinking will at least be around closer to give you a higher probability of responding that way. You can use this as a simple daily check-in, a quick practice that takes just a few minutes to help you reflect how you're doing in that dynamic, notice what's good, and stay connected to your empowering emotions, but notice where the landmines of debilitating emotions are out there so that you're less likely to step on those. It all comes from within us. The more that you know yourself and have a plan mapped out to avoid some of these booby traps, that's the path that we want. The next exercise is what I call how to get unstuck. So I'll see you then. Bye for now. Mwah.